Welcome back to another match report episode. My name is Mari Takahashi, as you can tell by this very fancy lower third here. And with me, I've got my esteemed colleague, comedian, very funny friend of mine, Myles Weber. Myles, I have not even asked you how you are today. How are you?
I mean, I think we're like on the back nine of life, so I think we're like, it's fast. What's happening? What do you mean? But in February's defense, it is the shortest month of the year. So I mean, we're at the 14th coming up, and it's gonna be halfway over. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's short, but we don't get that it's short until the end of it. I feel like I'm not anticipating the shortness of the month at the beginning of the month. I'm just expecting it to feel like January, and you know, it's like, oh man, it's already February.
Yeah, it's super February.
Well, let's get into the news. All right, first up, a woman who used Gorilla Glue to keep her hairstyle together is now suing the company because the label did not state that you couldn't use it on your hair. This idea that Gorilla Glue is a terrible hair product comes on the heels of the same woman suing an Arby's for being, quote, the worst Taco Bell of all time.
Terrible Taco Bell.
Terrible Taco Bell.
It's like they weren't even trying to make tacos.
I think this is the original video.
Okay.
And this was from, I want to say, from February 4th. So we're checking this out for the first time. Let's see what happens here.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not my choice. No, it's not my choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be Glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be Glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Y'all, look. My hair.
Why would you just default to using that?
You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move.
She was in the wrong aisle. Clearly.
15 times. And it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo. My hair. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be Glue,
no, it doesn't move. It's Gorilla Glue. Like, they didn't call it Koala Glue. It's Gorilla Glue.
All right, so what does this say? Heavy duty bond, dries permanent. I mean, that should have stopped her right there.
Permanent. It says permanent.
That should have stopped her there, but it didn't. Okay. Easy to use. Okay, so it's non-yellowing, which, on hair, you don't want your products to yellow your hair. It's got a comfort nozzle. I mean, controlled fine mist and photo safe. These are all things that I can understand could be things for a hairspray. It's just you gotta read a little bit lower, okay? Where it's multi-purpose for paper, wood, plastic,
yeah,
cardboard, foam, and that probably says metal. And that it's extremely flammable. Okay, hairspray says that it's extremely flammable too.
Yeah.
Vapor may cause some sort of harm. I don't know, y'all. Would you get tricked if you did not know what Gorilla Glue was?
How is it tricked? Like, you know what hairspray is for? Like what it says on the bottle? It like the instructions, like directions, how to use. Your head is involved in the instructions explicitly. Like, and Gorilla Glue, it says everything but a person. Not even just your head, like human. Like, come on.
I have to think she had to go to a completely different aisle to get this, and I'm not sure what aisle, how she went from like the hair products aisle to this aisle. Maybe she got it off of like Amazon or something. And she went.
But no, like when you're looking for stronghold hair products, Gorilla Glue should not come up.
A lawyer this week experienced technical difficulties during a court case on Zoom when he couldn't figure out how to turn off his cat filter. After 20 minutes of trying to fix the gaffe, the judge eventually gave the lawyer some catnip and used a laser pointer to help get him off the Zoom call.
It's ridiculous, right? It's so ridiculous looking.
Oh, it's so cute. It's
such
adorable.
a worried, it's such a worried looking kitty.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take a
We're
look.
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to.
They're not
remove
even
it.
laughing.
My assistant here, she's trying to.
Like,
I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the up arrow next to the
yeah, I know that.
The fact that he had to clarify I'm not a cat is so adorable.
Like, I don't know what's more worrisome, like a lawyer having to clarify he's not a cat, or him thinking that the judge might have thought he was in fact a cat. So I better just clear this up and let the record state I did not become a cat today.
You know, I like the gusto that he's like, I can keep going. I can do this. Instead of trying to fix it, he's like, let's just go. Let's just go.
Just keep going,
Just
please.
keep going.
Just let's get on with the seriousness of this case, because they were all so stone-faced with it. They're just like sitting there looking at this cat.
I wish there was just one 20-year-old intern who was just losing her
Absolutely.
just
That's what
wanted
was happening.
one. I can't believe they didn't say a word.
Yeah. Nothing.
Oh my god. It's a weird time for lawyers, you know, with all the Rudy stuff going on and cat lawyer happening. We're talking about lawyers more often than not these days.
Oh yeah, I mean, because all the stuff going on in the past year, there's gonna be a whole kit and caboodle of people who really screwed up something. So yeah, everybody's so happy.
GOP lawmakers in at least 5 states want to punish any means of education that involves the 1619 Project, citing that it, quote, emphasizes America's shortcomings over the exceptional achievements of this country. Similar laws have also been enacted to leave O.J. Simpson's murder trial off his Wikipedia page, citing that, quote, the man scored 61 rushing touchdowns. Give him a break.
Why can't OJ catch a break? Yeah, this is pretty dark, man. Like, you got 5 states that are just like, do we really have to bring up slavery ever again? And it's like, kinda, yeah. Like, it happened.
And they're worried because it's an image problem? Come on. It's like a...
Seriously, like, how gaslighting is this whole thing? Just like, you keep bringing up I cheated on you, and I would appreciate it if you stop. Like, what is happening?
It's unbelievable. And you know, like, they have to know that everything that's happening is like, it is recorded, it's on the internet forever. Like, things are going down in history, whether it's in textbooks or not. And it's got to be embarrassing to be on that side of this fence, and knowing that you're gonna go down being like, oh yeah, I supported this or I did not support this.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, that level of like crazy has got to come with its own type of denial that's special in its own accord. Like, it's pretty bizarre just for that one just to be so outwardly like, why do we gotta teach them about all the bad things we did? Let's just talk about the good stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's not how you learn anything.
Nope.
You don't learn anything from your life of just going over all the good stuff you did. You gotta look where you fell down, up, and that's the stuff you learn from. You grow from that. All right, we did this. It was really bad. How do we never do anything like this again and become like the antithesis of this? So yeah, to sit here and be like, nah, let's just not talk about it. Absolutely not. People need to know this is what's happened.
It's their last sort of way of controlling the narrative, because once the internet was available and people got together in, you know, virtually and started sharing ideas, can of worms. I mean, it is all the beans are spilled, you know? It's like you can't contain it anymore.
You absolutely cannot. No, I mean, the internet is just the bathroom wall. Like, everything is public domain and out there, and it's searchable and trackable. Here's a weird thought that I just had. Can you imagine in the years to come, there are going to be tweets in history books?
For sure. For sure.
That's crazy to me, that there will be that children will be learning a curriculum.
Yeah.
And we will have a whole chapter on this is when the Cheeto tweeted this. And it's going to be a breakdown synopsis of what happened after that tweet. Like, that's going to be a thing. That's weird to me.
Crazy. Anyone who watched the Super Bowl this past Sunday was treated to one of the best things sports has to offer. A streaker! After he was arrested, we later found out the man won a $370,000 bet that there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl. A stunt like this hasn't happened since 2004 when Janet Jackson bet there would be a boob at the Super Bowl.
She won that bet.
She won that bet. Dang! But
that was that long ago.
Okay, first off, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
Was it everything that you dreamed of? Was it amazing?
I mean, it was, Tom Brady won by a lot. So, I mean, we've seen that Super Bowl many times. That was the Super Bowl that happened when Janet Jackson showed her boob in 2004. Tom Brady was in that Super Bowl too.
I'm such a Tom Brady fair weather fan. I say fair weather because I know nothing about him other than he's probably a vampire, and I'm like, dude, we have a real vampire in our midst, and he's in the public eye. This is a cool thing.
Yeah, he looks younger somehow now than when he started playing football. So I don't know what's going on. My wife hates him though. She absolutely hates him.
Yeah? Is it just because he's just good at everything?
No, the whole Deflategate thing when he deflated the balls.
Yeah, cheater McCheater. Even vampires need to cheat sometimes, Yeah,
so she's like, he's a cheater. So no, and he's a Trump supporter. So I mean,
This is a very weird time where people's personal beliefs seep into what they do, right? And I think a while ago, it used to be are they good at their job? It doesn't matter who they are outside of their job. And that's kind of what it used to be. Even when Clinton was getting impeached, people were like, yeah, but was he a good president? He slept around, he lied about it, but was he good at what his job was? His job wasn't to be he wasn't a pastor. He wasn't preaching to be the best husband in the world. Was he good at his job? And that was the thing that people would say. Nowadays, though, we see with Gina Carano, who just got fired from the Star Wars universe in Disney, that your personal beliefs are very much tied into what you also do. And
I mean, if your belief is to hate a certain person or a certain group of people, which is what that seems to be, really. I mean, here's something that is going to really paint these people in a bad light, or it's negativity just geared towards a certain group of people. Yeah, it seems like that's really gonna bring you down now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all very bizarre.
I think it is because of social media, though. It's we want to the whole person, not just what they do, from a, I don't know, I guess from a shallow perspective, right? It's just because they're good at throwing a football around, or just because they're good at acting, because of social media, we get to know so much more behind who those people are. We never really knew who James Dean was. We never really knew who Babe Ruth was, because social media didn't exist. And now that it does, it's we want to like their character or them as an athlete and what they do. And we also want to like the person, because
there's attachment to that. I think that's kind of when you get into the whole conversation about when people do horrific things, like a Bill Cosby. So here you have this horrific human being who did all of these horrible things to women for decades. And was one of the most brilliant comedians to ever touch the stage. And so, like, for me personally, I couldn't keep listening and like seeing him and support him and everything like that, and knowing that. And so, yeah, it's like, it becomes difficult to separate when there's like, yeah, you're not a good person. You know, we want to root for you to be a good person and kind of be a role model. We kind of like seeing some of ourselves in celebrities, and so when it isn't mirrored back to us in that way, you know, it's a letdown. But you know, yeah, it kind of ruins the art, or it ruins whatever they're doing, you know.
Agreed. High schoolers from the Czech Republic have made a Minecraft replica of their school to meet up during lockdowns. That's nice. The school was unfortunately soon destroyed because it was built next to a level from Halo. RIP!
Just misplacement, really. They just shouldn't have put it there.
They shouldn't have. But you know, that's what happens when Xbox gobbles everything up. They got Minecraft and they got Halo right next to each other. Why do you do that?
There's no reason. You're drunk, Xbox. Go home.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Right? They made a little like room that they could virtually go hang out and stuff.
Is it elaborate? I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. You know, it looks like a legit classroom and stuff like that. So yeah, they did a real good job with it.
Oh, this is cute. I like how there's like a little stage. I wonder if their real classroom has a stage. Is this like a comedian school?
I mean, it's a little odd. I don't know. But I mean, maybe they do it for like performances. Maybe that's for the music class.
Okay, it might be for music class.
Look at that. See? Isn't this place cool?
Look at this school. That's dope.
Yeah.
It also could kind of look like a very airy prison.
It's a little dystopian, right? Because there's no people. Like, very like, this is the cliffhanger to the next episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yup.
Like, they just stumbled upon this compound.
This is why Minecraft remains to be one of my favorite games of all time. Because it's like, it's so simple, it's blocks, it's not like, you know, visually extremely like hyper beautiful or anything like that, but it allows you to plant yourself in this world and just say, this is the world and these are the buildings that I live in. And I think that's so freaking cool. I love that. Well, with that said, everyone, that is rounding out tonight's stream and the match report. We hope you enjoyed it. Please follow Myles and all of his stuff that he's doing on his social media channels and whatnot. Anything that you'd like to end the stream with, Myles? Any last thoughts?
No, nothing really comes to mind. Hope everybody enjoyed. Be nice to humans.
Yeah, be nice to humans. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next week. We appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much, and yeah, like Myles said, be nice to each other. And yourselves.
Yes, also very important.
Bye!